Professor Amitabh Doctor, and our today's keynote speaker, Mr. Lokhikanto Haldar, Joint Director General, Foreign Trade, what we call Director General of Foreign Trade, and also the very important stakeholders of medicinal plant sectors. Since it is in hybrid mode, there is the opportunity of knowing the participants or the delegates in the digital mode because their names are reflecting there. So the thing is that for this, actually here, the personality is present over here, physical present. May I will request them also to introduce themselves in a one or two lines, particularly exactly at what way they are involved with the medicinal plant sector, and then we will start this. So, may I request if you take it first.
Hello everybody, I am Vishal Khetan. I am the founder of Stevia. I'm a private limited. My company mainly works with stevia, so we create a range of sugar-free products which we sell mostly in the e-commerce market space. But currently we are trying to work a little bit more with medicinal Ayurvedic plants such as brahmi. We are trying to incorporate brahmi into our jams, especially for kids. So yes, you have to learn a little bit more on this slide. And that's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Myself, Professor Shanmay Gausar. I am the Professor of Department of Pharmaceutical Technologies at University, and I am the Director of the Bioequivalence Study Center, which was previously the first CDCS approved Bioequivalence Study Center of India. And I am currently involved in bioavailability and metabolite based presence or absence of plant products in living matrix. So that way, giving value addition to herbal products, and currently we have undertaken big projects under CCRU and Council of India. So that's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Shantanu Chakraborty. I am associated with RCFC as a consultant, and with RCFC I mostly work on post-harvest processing. And I am also associated with another company, Life Science, where we work with stevia along with other medicinal plants. Hello everyone. My name is Abhishek C. and I am co-founder of Dr. Organics. We generally cultivate medicinal plants, for example, ashwagandha, chia seed, and we also have medicinal plant nursery in Bakura, which have more than 160 endangered species and common species of medicinal plants. We also do jungle collection in locally, like in Uttari range of forestry, and we are planning to expand our cultivation in coming years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sotu. Actually, I'm helping sellers and buyers. So my main work is to help the sellers like who are selling in e-commerce or marketplace or any kind of D2C market, right? I actually my company and my company is Medical Consultants.
Thank
you.
Namaskar, Pharma and Trader medicinal plants. I cultivate ashwagandha and traditional ashwagandha and aloe vera. Hello, I'm Shivaji. I work for Janus Life Sciences. We've been working on stevia for the last 1 decade, and now we are working on extraction of oils from medicinal plants.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. And we have, and we this will be a group of farmers, Kolkata group of farmers. Basically, we are doing Brahmi cultivation. We are the pioneer in West Bengal for cultivating Brahmi, Ashwagandha, and Kokur Kachari. And very recently, we are doing the product and manufacturing herbal product that is leaf and root well-being. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I'm Omjit Ghosh. If I welcome if you multiple cooperative society limited under instead of NCDC, Minister of Cooperation Government Immediate. Actually, our organization activities is can be Ashwagandha cultivation and many more medicinal to store that.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ramesh Pillai. I'm representing I'm the director of Srinivas Herbs Private Limited. We are one star export house, government recognized export house. We are living in about 100 herbs. We are exporting from Calcutta as well as Tuticorin imports. We have a branch in Calcutta and Tuticorin. Also in Chennai, we have our sister. Yes, sir, that's fine.
Thank you, Bilal sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Shunta Kumar Basu. I am the research director of PS Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. I'm Canadian by origin. And we work on production of medicinal plants, aromatic herbs, spices, and then industrialization and commercial production and introduction into the market, and also looking into the buyer and seller interface for market. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sabri Sharma, director of Lama Pharmaceuticals. We are basically manufacturers of Ayurvedic medicines since last 45 years. We are around 200 plus products that we manufacture, all everything is there in Ayurveda. We are exporting, we are into domestic market as well as e-commerce market also. We are into service industry of Ayurveda also. We have a clinic in the nearby airport where we have a good bunch of doctors, Panchkarma Center and yoga therapies.
Very good. And please, would you just introduce.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neelam Samir. I work as an YP at the Office of the Additional Grades of Foreign Trade and associated with litigation and MBS work on litigation. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
I'm Dr. Shoman Biswas, presently working as regional director cum project manager in the RCFC-Eastern region. And some other distinguished guests have joined over the online.
Let me complete this and then we'll this.
Yes, good afternoon. Myself, Sudipta Ghosh. I look after the marketing of RCFC-Eastern region and working with all the farmers and traders and manufacturers and connecting them for greater opportunity into the same. Thank you.
My name is Pushan Dubalji. I'm working as a consultant in marketing in RCFC for last 1 year.
Priyanka.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Priyanka. I'm working as a consultant basically in RCFC. Thank you.
Thank you. I do find that there are many personalities like Mukul Dikshit Sahib is there from the Ayush Directorate of Jharkhand. Thank you very much, Mr. Dikshit, for joining today's program. And also I find from the personalities from the State Medicinal Plant Board of Government of West Bengal. Thank you very much for joining. And obviously, throughout the interactions, we expect that you should also raise the questions, how we can really promote the export of medicinal plant sectors, how we can promote it further with the help of the SMPB and the drive taken by the state government as well as the central government. Thank you very much. Now, we are going to start today's session. At the onset, I would like to just at the outset, I would like to say a little few words about it. What is we would like to achieve through this sort of programs? What is the basic objective of this? Actually, that we are the Regional Cum Facilitation Center, Eastern Region, under Ministry of Ayush, in short we called RCFC-ER. under National Medicinal Plant Board, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, in Jalupur University. I am Professor Ashish Mujum. I am a professor of this university and is the PI, that the principal investigator of this project, as well as a nodal coordinator. And we are having five important states with us: the state of Sikkim, state of Bihar, state of Odisha, state of Jharkhand, and also the state of West Bengal. And our main objective is to really achieve the mandates given to us by the National Medicinal Plant Board in order to promote medicinal plant sector, not only to enhance the cultivation, not only to ensure scientific post-harvest management, and also the value addition that is from supply, that is from, I should say, from cultivations to the farm gates. Each and every process we would like to develop so that the development of the medicinal plant sector can take place in an integrated manner. In this aspect, we are always trying to organize different seminars, webinars, because webinars is not nowadays, it's such a platform where we can reach at any instant of time to many people from from those who are at different places, and it is really a convenient way of doing it. And we are doing this sort of a series of webinars in order to promote this medicinal plant sectors. Today, actually, if you see the theme of this topic for today's webinar is the regulatory procedures and compliance framework for export of medicinal plants from India. If you see there is a global shift towards the export, particularly related to natural health solutions. And it has really opened the doors to cultivators, farmer producing organizations, farmer producing companies, MSME, that is micro and small medium enterprise, and herbal exporters. And if you see the growth of this plant sector, if I just refer, in 2005 and 6, it was only rupees 340 crore, which in 2023-24, it has reached to 5,400 crore. So in less than 2 decades, there is a enhancement of almost 15 times, almost is coming to be 15 times. So it's really a great jump in this sector. What is even more promising is that this growth has been steady year after, because if you see the 2023, 22-23, 23-24, then in 22-23, it is only, there is an enhancement of 15%. So we are gradually increasing each year. That is what is a good thing, that is a sustainable growth that ensures. And what I would hope, that more people nowadays will be really interested to go into the export sectors as well, because we have the potential and we have such a huge mega biodiversity, we have such a huge medicinal plant species available in our country, out of which there are almost 141, but out of which we are concentrating about 21 to 31 species, which have a very good growth. So far the demand is concerned. And I sincerely hope that all of you will take the full advantage of this platform today and will really, through an interactions, we will enrich ourselves. We have certain doubts because we have our speaker, Mr. Lokikant Halder, who is really the person who can show us the different regulatory procedures are there, but how to really get the compliance out of that, he could have given up. He will be obviously will lead us to new horizon of export. And He is the Joint Director of Foreign Trade, Office of the Additional General of Foreign Trade, Kolkata, which is looking after the Eastern region as such. There are certain nodal centers at different states as well. तो आज आप सबको मैं जो ज्वाइन किए हैं सबको मैं स्वागत करता हूं और सबको शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। और आज जो हम लोग बात करेंगे, ये जो इंटरेक्शन होंगे, आप हिंदी में भी करेंगे, हम लोग इंग्लिश में भी करेंगे। और आज का जो एक्सपोर्ट का ऊपर हम लोग का एक नया दिशा आएंगे, इसी उम्मीद लेके मैं जरूर उनसे सुनूंगा। मगर पहले मैं और चीफ गेस्ट एड्रेस मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा हमारा जो प्रो वाइस चांसलर साहब है जादवपुर यूनिवर्सिटी, प्रोफेसर अमिताभ डॉक्टर, उन्होंने कुछ आपको बताएंगे। उनका हम लोग को कुछ मार्गदर्शन करेंगे।
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Majumdar. Mr. Haldar, Professor Majumdar, all the participants in this very important event. I, on behalf of Jadavpur University, welcome you all in this very interactive session that you will be having here at Jadavpur University. The RCFC Regional Facilitation Center Eastern stewardship of Professor Ashish Majumdar is working in the area of this very important area of medicinal plants and distribution of these plants and research related to this. Along with this, in our university, we have other departments and schools like the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, School of Natural Products, Bioequivalence Center, which is led by Professor Shanmoy Kormakar, who is also here, who are also working in these areas. As you all know that medicinal plants and herbs are having a huge potential, not only in Indian markets, but in the global market. And India is a country which for many years have the experience of working in this area in Ayurveda, and starting from a very long time, we have a very rich heritage of working with medicinal plants and how value addition can be done on it, and what new products can come out of these plant products. I'm very happy that Mr. Lakshmikant Haldar is here with us. He will surely guide all of you on the area of how we can use the export opportunities in the area of medicinal plant, which will surely benefit each one of you who are basically having entrepreneurial activity and companies working in the area of medicinal plant. I would also like to add that Jadavpur University which is, as you know, is one of the premier university of the country, is having a very potential research activities in the area of medicinal plant, and I would encourage all of you to come in contact with the department centers, professors who are working in the university in these areas, so that they can give more input to you in order to improve the product that you are already making, and so that the export and market potential of the product can be improved. That will be a win-win situation for both of us, for you as the entrepreneur and for Jadavpur University as well. We also have institutes innovation council, which actually encourage the students and researchers of the university in various innovative areas. And I know that some of those students are working in this particular area of medicinal plant, and I'm sure that from the Innovation Council of the university, in the coming days, more important things will come out, products will come out, And we are also hoping that some of our students will come up with important startups in the area of medicinal plant. And I would request you, Mr. Alder, if you can also help us in future to interact with the Innovation Council and guide them how they can go out. I welcome you once again on behalf of Jadavpur University and hope that you will have a very informative session here. I am sorry because of some other preoccupation, I will not be able to continue here for the entire period. Please excuse me for that, but I'm sure that you will benefit very much from this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Doctor, for your wonderful opening remarks. And now I also find that Mr. Shourabh Sharma, he's our marketing, he's from our Central National Medicinal Plant Board. He's the main person who is looking after the marketing aspects of the medicinal plant sector as a whole. And also Mr. Roth, I am saying him also there. So it's a nice that you are there on behalf of the National Medicinal Plant Board. And I would rather request you to say a few words to really how much importance we are really giving to promote the medicinal plant sector, particularly the medicinal plant aspect, marketing aspect. Today, obviously, we are dealing with the exports. Thank you. Over to Mr. Shah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
You are audible, sir.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, warm greetings from National Medicinal Plants Board, Ministry of Ayush. And we really welcome this step taken by RCFC-Eastern region that they have identified a very relevant topic for today's discussion, that is understanding the regulatory compliance which is there for export of medicinal plants. So there is a lot of work which has been done by Ministry of Ayush as well, because when we talk of the international trade of medicinal plants, so medicinal plants are being traded under Chapter 12, to be specific, 1211 of HSN code system. And in the Finance Bill 2023, so we were able to assign the Indian trade classification system to 4 of the commonly traded medicinal plants, which was assigned to Ashwagandha, Giloy, Arjun, and Ashok. But yes, still a lot of work has to be done because when we have this data, because if we see the current trend about medicinal plants, most of these medicinal plants are still being traded under others category. So other roots, other stems, and other medicinal plants. So still a lot of work is to be done in this sector. And I really welcome this initiative taken by RCFC Eastern region, because there are it is very difficult to get entire documentation which is required for the trade of medicinal plants, because different agencies are involved to provide this documentation. So I think with this meeting, lot of stakeholders will get to know like what kind of documentation is required if a produce is coming from the cultivated source or it is from the collected source, then how they have to get the permission from the CITES and all those things. So I think today's meeting is a right step for creating awareness among the stakeholders related to export of medicinal plants. We really welcome this step, and we wish all the best for this meeting. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for your wonderful deliberations, and particularly you have highlighted what is the objective of our National Medicinal Plant Board as well as the Ministry of Ayush, and how much importance we are giving on the development, overall development of the medicinal plant sector. And obviously, we are looking for international trade already, which is getting a good, momentum, I must have to say. But we are looking forward that how this sector we can further flourish, and India takes the leading role in exporting anything related to medicinal plants. That is our ultimate wish, and all of us will try our level best with our capacity and with our work so that we can achieve this in near future. With this hope, we are now looking forward to listen from Lakhikanto Halde for his presentations on exports and anything related to medicinal plants as well, and the regularity and the compliance, everything with those things. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, and thanks for inviting me for the particular program. And I will sincerely to all the professors and the great for available without actually it is basically what is divided into two segments, synthetic and herbal segment. As you well aware that when you are getting deprived or is interested on the synthetic, then we offer our willingness to the herbal side. So now it is a prime time to export our all the medicine, because everybody knows, the world knows that India the center of the herbal medicinal plant. So even present today, we are also the second largest exporter of medicinal plant and herbal products globally. After China. So although we are lag behind from other states of West Bengal, throughout the all the search and all that, I already seen different occasions. They are exporting good exporters. They know how to export the things. Now they are diverting their products from synthetic side to local side. For the newcomers, there is some procedure we have to follow. You are supplying those items to the domestic market. Now it is the high time to do products to the globally to export it, because it is the highest demand of the herbal products all over the world, and our product is the best product in the world. So there are some procedure we have to follow. Some procedure basically, as you know, well aware of the those who are, everybody knows the now our FTP 2023 modified so easily that we can adopt it in simpler way. Otherwise, earlier policy decision was fixed for the 5 years. Now it is open to all, and it is open every corner. Whenever it is required some modification, it can be modified. Otherwise, the earlier was there, because it is you have to wait for another 5 years to modify the policy. Now it is the open policy, anytime it can be modified. To some policies, there are some benefits. Basically, I am saying about the benefit extended to the exporter. There is actually DGFT do not consider any benefit to the domestic supplier. We only target the exporter who export our goods and products to the other countries. So there are some basic issues we have to follow. So that is the first thing we have to have the IEC. Import export code. It is a license basically given to the manufacturer and service provider to have their goods to export. So there are some items required for the get the license. That is the only thing. It is either you will company is a proprietorship, or company. Only that certificate is required, and it is simple electricity bill. We got more for giving the license only two things. And although there is other different is there, for initial of in the beginning of the business, we want only two documents. Thereafter, there is some the requirement of document, but it is given online instantly. We apply to the DGFP portal, submit the document, and approve it instantly. So there is no manual interaction in the system. So.
Slide number 9.
As you know, we have there were numbers of benefits are given earlier. Now we have limited benefits given to the our exporter. It only because of we achieve a great development. For this particular reason, we cannot give the benefit to our exporter. We only give the benefit to remit the tax exemption to whatever the benefit that we can give only. Otherwise, there is no such particularly simple open to say that you cannot give other benefit. In different ways, we give the exemption doubly. Sometimes we give the road tax. And there are numbers of other benefits, a certain limitation of the export that 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore. There is a numbers of benefit in after achieving the particular target. Madam Chairman, earlier, everybody has to go to the office of the DGFT. There are some numbers of complaints also they see. There is a number, another everybody knows. So what is the history behind that particular system? Now our government has modified everything. You need not go to the office. You simply submit everything online. You get approval online. Secondly, all and similarly custom side. Go to the port. You may simply export is the e-commerce system.
Actually, it is not going on the online platform. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. As you know, it was the finance minister's speech and our prime minister's objective that by our target should be 1 trillion by 2025, 2020, to 30 by 2 trillion. So it is not the public who can do it. It is the youth, the group of exporters who can achieve it. The government only to support it. Otherwise, government cannot do it without the active participation of the exporter and with the help of the knowledge providers. That is, those who are having the giving the knowledge. Secondly, government always giving, the government of India always giving the, you know, the knowledge to the public how to export, but through a scheme of media bandhu scheme and different organizational methods and by the Export Promotion Council. Number, madam. So in the different district level, there is a district export hub also be set up through with the assistance of district magistrate to act to giving the knowledge to the public and manufacturer exporter. How easily to export their item from the point where they were manufactured or the production the item. So this is only there is some significant post office where they can export all those things. This is the local item where the government can do. Secondly, that person who is then both of all of the world already exporting those who are goods and those who are facilitating the how to export. So one thing that is the market. But giving before exporting all the goods, one should have the survey the market to whom it will be exported, because there is a numbers of area where they can be fraud by the public, because we are dealing numbers of cases. The exporting the item but not getting the money. So realization factor is one of the most vital area for this exporter. It is only because some of the exporters must believe the God, because when they are exporting the item, when the money will be come back, that is the one of the major tension of the exporter, because numbers of the exporter has ruined up. Because therefore there are some government schemes are also there to the ECGC scheme. There is also a scheme to which the recoveries could be done later. So that is therefore the before exporting something, production is the one thing. You can be improved and value addition there may be there. You can improve your product, quality product, but when you are going to export your item, then your market survey is most important thing before exporting something, because there is a monetary issue, whether your money will be come back or not, because you have to export your item only because of 10% of advances. Now there's a 19% money will come back. You must ensure that the money will come back, otherwise you will be ruined up. Right. Most of the cases, the first delivery should be the small, the second delivery then accordingly to be increased. So, yeah, therefore the exporter should be precaution, should have the precaution for the first delivery, second delivery, there should be increase in chronological. exporters should not jump up on the first delivery that the huge number of exporting those goods. Because before exporting something, one should assess this country, whether the country is suitable for exporting those goods or not. The market survey is very first and foremost requirement for exporting the goods. Secondly, Madam, 19. Codification of the goods, the products. What are the products you are manufacturing? It should be codified at per the coded given by the customs authority. It is the international code, HS code, ITC HS code. So it should be verified by the different organization is there. The different promotion, export promotion councils are there. मेडिसिन के लिए सेपेक्सेल है, सेपेक्स भी है और एपेडा है, सेपेक्सेल भी है. They will support you how to codify your goods. Otherwise, your goods cannot be exported. So before what you are manufacturing, you must ensure that your goods should be coded at par with the ITC HS code. Otherwise, you could not get the license. So there are number 8-digit code there. There are numbers of free coded. There is some restriction is there. Some prohibited item is also there. So there is a 10,439 is the free coded item hai. 443 restricted hai, and 55 is prohibited hai. So prohibited item cannot be exported. Restricted can be restricted, subject to some authorization from the government of India. There are numbers of authorities there who give that permission. What is prohibited, that is prohibited. So that is that it cannot be raised some question. It is a different policy matter. Basically, medicinal plants and herbal items, there are some numbers of objection is there because there are some plants cannot be exported. There is some genetic issues is there. So that if it is prohibited is prohibited. That can expert can explain. So which is free, that can do. You can simply export all those things which is under free ITC HS code. What is free? It is everything is there in website. DGF2 website is also there. Even customs website is also there. So what are the items? How, Madam, 20. Next 20. Next. How to prepare the business for export? It is simple procedure. It is the registration GST must be, because the tax must be given to the government. The one thing is while you are exporting those goods, it is free. There is some duties on import. Some item that is restricted or restricted item, there is some duties are levied by the government. Otherwise, all are free. Because government target to earn the foreign currency. Foreign currency reserve is a very most important for any government. So our target is only to achieve the foreign currency reserve. And how to, you are the exporter who can do it. Only because of the exporter, we can achieve the numbers of foreign currency reserve. So that's why the market survey is very most important thing for everybody, because when we are exporting the goods, 1 crore goods is going and at least 1 crore will be returned back. So that is, if it is not written back, how our foreign currency will up to date. Because for exporting those goods, you must import something. While you import something, you must pay from USD. So those USD covered out by our export item. So GST registration is compulsory. And similar with the customs side, DGFT side only, there is only IC. There is nothing not more than that. Only IC is required, and that is will be regulated through the customs portal. ICE gate, there is a ICE gate through which the exporter can export shipping bill and they develop the prepare the shipping bill and export it. For getting the benefit of those exemption of those duties, each and every exporter should have some RCMC certificate. Otherwise, nobody gives some exemption. So that is there are export promotion. It is given by some export promotion council. Every medicinal plant and herbal products will be covered by those either in APEDA, Cell. Those are linked council are there. Without their certification, the goods cannot be exported. Number 21. It is how the IC is applied. This is a simple step. Application PAN number, उसके बाद से वेरिफिकेशन हो जाए ऑटोमेटिक एंड देन साथ साथ इंटरलिंक वेरीफाई हो जाता है नेट के साथ इनकम टैक्स के साथ वेरीफाई हो जाने के बाद सिमिलरली 2-4 डॉक्यूमेंट देने के बाद आपको इमीडिएटली लिंक करता है तो 500 रुपया फ्री होता है अभी एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए मैडम देखिए अभी नेक्स्ट 22 तो एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए कुछ चाहिए नहीं देखिए आईसी कोड चाहिए एक्सपोर्ट इनवॉइस पैकिंग लिस्ट certificate of origin. The certificate of origin one of the most important thing because we have some trade agreement with some countries. Those which countries having the trade agreement, there is certificate of origin is required because they have the some different categories of tax slab. So trade and we Indian government have the trade agreement with those countries, those who are different. Simple issues. So we for their exporter we give some tax exemption. For our exporter they give some tax exemption. So then the certificate of origin is required. So there the similar IEC, the exporter can apply through the DGFT portal for having the certificate of origin. There is nothing only packing list, only the packing list or some certification. So immediately online it will be given, but as per our direction, we have to give the certificate of origin within 24 hours. Although we have some delays in next day. So sometimes it applied in 5 PM, we cannot. So otherwise we have to have give those certificates within the same day. So certificate origin is the one of the most important thing for exporting those goods. Because there is a two type of certificates. It's a certificate of origin, preferential and non-preferential. So some countries there we give the non-preferential. That is giving the tax exemption is their own volition. They can give or they may not. But if the non-preferential the given, sometimes they give because they are both their benefit. We are getting those items to those countries because there's countries requirement. But bill of landing late export order, shipping bill, airway bill, bill of entry and port. अभी पोर्ट से जैसे ही पोर्ट में आइटम जमा हो जाता है उसको बाद ट्रांजिट में आ जाता है ट्रांजिट आने के बाद बिफोर द ट्रांजिट each and every exporter should have go to the EPC. Every exporter should ensure that the money should be returned within 9 months. Maximum 9 months. So it should ensure, otherwise the penalty will be given by the reservoir. Sometimes due to the some particular reason, they may apply before the reserve bank to get the extension. Otherwise, there is a huge number of penalties given by the reserve bank to get the money back. एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट गारंटी कॉर्पोरेशन एक गवर्नमेंट का है उसके अगेंस्ट पे आइटम को इंश्योर कर देना चाहिए एटलीस्ट इट विल द मनी विल बी गेट बैक and if the money will not get back they will take up the issue that particular government individually. So that's why each and every exporter should get the benefit from the export credit guarantee corporation. ECGC. I think those who are exporting those, I think you are getting those benefit because somebody because they also charges the numbers of fees. That's why some exporters avoid this. So I think it should not be avoided because present situation very volatile and we say those who are exporting to Bangladesh and China, they are very serious about the fact. The number of the exporter get not money from Bangladesh and China. Yeah. Even Dubai also. For export, some exporters also while they are exporting, manufacturing those things, so they need some capital goods. So there is a numbers of capital. Now one thing is the capital goods. Sometimes we feel the foreign capital goods is more benefited for getting the most quality production. Sometimes we are actually India, anybody may agree or may not agree. Our capital goods production is very lower quality. Although we are increasing, but every manufacturer import the capital goods from other countries. So while importing the capital goods, at least there is 18 to 20 to 18 times to import duties there. So import duty, the 1 crore, if it is the value of one capital good is 10 crores, so at the 50 lakhs, it should be the import duty. So that 50 lakhs cannot be levied from those importers who have the EPCGs, who have the given the license from EPCG scheme. EPCG. capital goods, capital, I think that if you have the license of the EPCG scheme, you get the 10 crore license, you have to comply that the 10 crores, 15 lakhs. If you have to export the products of 10 crore, 15 lakhs. That scheme is very nice. You have, every exporter should have the benefit of the EPCG scheme. So there is only required item is you have to submit this bill of the invoice and chartered engineer certificate, chartered accountant का status आपको export status, and where you have to install those capital goods. Only 4 or 5 documents is required only to have the capital goods benefit. Similar way, advance authorization. Advance authorization for actually it is the getting exemption from giving the import duties. Only thing is, if you import those items, you need not to give the import duties. You have to export that a particular percentage more. The thing, if you import 1 crore, you have to export 1.15 crores. This is only to you comply to your export only. If your export is proper, your export is fulfilled, you need not to bother everything, whatever the consequence for not fulfilling. If you not fulfill all those things, there is some penalty issues by the government, or otherwise no problem is there. Second, the good exporter have the certificate for which they can access their own certificate, the benefit, and they facilitate the numbers of benefit. There is a status holder certificate. That is 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. Earlier it was the heavy amount. Now government reduce it to 3. Well, earlier 1 star it was required to export 3 million. Present is 3 million. For 2 star it was 25. Now it is 15. Earlier for 3 star it was $100 million. Now it is 50. Earlier it was 500. Now it is 200. For 5 star it was 2000. Now it is 800. So there is some issues there. Some 5-star companies are saying that we have downgraded. We are at par with the 4 star.
It is 25, no? 25. It's slide number 25. 20.
Oh, sorry. It's
25.
25. $25.
Yeah.
So
28 star, 2 star.
So 20. So ये एक target है. Every exporter wants that we should achieve the target and get the star certificate. The benefit of star certificate is the certificate of origin, you can generate your own certificate. That is the main issue. Achieving that particular status, so those exporter can do it his own way. They have some freedom to do. They neither get the penalty nor get anything. Second, our government, our minister, our honorable minister, and Piyush Goyal sir has directed that nobody should come to physically to our office. We need not come because everybody knows there is a bribe issue. As simple as I am saying, everybody knows that without bribe, no work will be done. I simply say you need not to give one penny to anybody. Do it online, wait for 3 days, you do not have complaint. If you have as in any information, any evidence for you asking you money, simple complaint to the minister. That's why our minister wants that it should be the physical less office. Not only paperless, with the physical less of. तो पब्लिक आना भी नहीं चाहिए हम लोग वी ऑल्सो ट्राई टू बट पब्लिक आ ही जाता है कर नहीं सकते कुछ लेकिन वो बाय हैबिट बहुत सारे कुछ है जो सिस्टम को बदल ही देते हैं तो दैट इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम और अनदर थिंग जो अनदर इफ यू हैव सम एनी काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम देयर इज सम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस एवरी डे 10:30 to 11:30 so anybody can come and to link our office or particularly every region is there Kolkata office Mumbai office every office there is the link anybody can join then get any question raised wow, that's good. So there is some monitoring system all the officer has to attend that platform and give their particular reply whatever the query is raised by the experts. The madam is also coordinating that particular program. These are the basically government बोलिए कोई organization बोलिए we have no existence without the existence of exporter. अगर आप है तो हम है आप नहीं तो हम नहीं क्योंकि main target agar medicinal plant basically now why we are going to our that is honorable why we are going to that herbal side because everybody fed up from the synthetics world. Everybody fed up. Nobody, not only the single, everybody say, ये medicine नहीं वो बड़ी तो आदमी ultimate herbal side we are going come back to our Ayurvedic side. तो it is also अभी देखिए मोटापा आ रहा है अभी मोटा हो गया इनफैक्ट so मोरिंगा पाउडर देखिए सोचने पाता बंगाली में हम लोग सोचने डांट पाता बोलते सोचने पाता बाग हमारा घर के पास में है I am not getting it, but I am ये क्या बोलते purchasing the moringa powder, mixing with water and taking it. So there is a huge demand of our medicinal plant and Ayurveda. That's why we are in second position. Even, there is, I think, it was 23-24. It was at about $9,000 million the marketing अभी तो बढ़ गया it is all about our DGFT so anytime we are always there because if you send the message we have to reply except it is not the night time. Even we have been given the direction, we have to have to clear the certificate of origin from our house, work from home. तो मिनिस्टर का स्टेट डायरेक्शन यही है भाई सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन अप्लाई किया घर से छोड़ दो उसको एक्सपोर्ट शुड नॉट बी हैम्पर्ड इन एनी काइंड ऑफ consequences of disease. We are always for the exporter. If any kind of other thing, if we face any time, we may simply mail to our minister, not to anybody. You see what the action is going. So you don't think they हमने complain कर दिया आपका काम नहीं होगा. Don't bother about it. Your work has to done within the 7 days. And certificate origin within 24 hours. If any officer do not give it, simple email, he will be fired by our minister. तो इवन आप विश्वास नहीं करेंगे, रात मिनिस्टर बोलते शाम को 5 बजे गया, घर चला गया, वहां से मैसेज आता है तो क्यों नहीं किया। तो दैट इज द वी आर एक्चुअली बोलते हैं प्राइवेट में प्रेशर में है, गवर्नमेंट में हम लोग रियली प्रेशर है। हम लोग को बोला था लाइसेंस क्यों नहीं इशू हुआ, 3 4 दिन 5 दिन हो गया, 4था दिन मिनिस्टर को मेरे ख्याल में मिनिस्टर ने रिटर्न कर तो वाई, तो वाई का कौन रिप्लाई देगा उनके पास, तुम्हारे साथ दे रहा हूँ गलती हो गया, अब कौन बोलेगा 3 दिन का चाहिए, उसका डॉक्यूमेंट को हमें देना है तो देना ही। So any kind, any time, any help is if you need, simply come to our video conference. We will always for you. All you are the senior exporter, you must guide to the juniors. So I think I have seen you different location. So I think also you all people, you are the all world
So they are actually our all stakeholders who are associated differently with us. So you may see some of the progressive farmers who are actually trying to shift their मतलब medicinal plants का जो होता है ना सर, वो export में जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. But some of them are already वही सर, सब different type of stakeholders. सर online में भी सर दूसरे state से भी बहुत सारे लोग जुड़े हुए हैं उसके लिए.
तो चाहते हैं ना हम लोग हमारा भी और भी एक्सपोर्ट हो जाए, क्योंकि ये हमारा ब्रॉड एरिया है। ब्रॉड बोले तो हमारा पास सब कुछ है, सब उसको प्रेजेंट करना, बस हम उसको प्रेजेंटेबल कर देना चाहते हैं। जब प्रेजेंटेबल सही ढंग से हो, आप लोग नॉलेज बैंक है, आपका सपोर्ट से ही सब होगा। विदाउट नॉलेज बैंक में तो हो ही नहीं सकता। गुरु के बिना तो जैसे एजुकेशन ही खत्म है, दिस इज द सेम थिंग, इट इज constant education is required for the herbal products. Each and every time it is changing. It is changing with the atmosphere also. So that's why education is always linked with the education skill. Without professional, it cannot be achieved what we want exactly to achieve. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Halder, sir.
But I think before
Go to the
interactive session, I think something from our NMPB side, Mr.
सौरभ शर्मा
साहब कुछ आपको दिखाने कुछ पॉइंट डिस्कस करना चाहते हैं, स्लाइड दिखा के। सो आपको सौरभ शर्मा जी, आपको मैं ये माइक्रोफोन ओवर का इट इज ओवर टू यू प्लीज, द प्लेटफॉर्म इज ओपन टू यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, just wanted to share because a lot of stakeholders from medicinal plant sector are present in this meeting today. So, एक चीज है, there is some basic documentation which is required by the cultivators or the collectors, because we understand that medicinal plants are coming from cultivated source or from the collected source. So these are some of the documents which are required for export of medicinal plants. So we have listed these documents over here along with the authority who provides these documents. So if a produce is coming from cultivation, there is this certificate of cultivation which is required, and chief wildlife warden from the respective state forest department or district agriculture officer or district horticulture officer, they can provide these documents. If the produce is coming from the collected sources, then the certificate of legal procurement is required for export purposes or for the domestic trade as well. And divisional forest officer from forest department, they are the authority to provide this. Then transit pass for trade of medicinal plants, it is given by divisional forest officer from the forest department. If a medicinal plant is CITES enlisted, then there is this CITES export permit which is required, and it is provided by CITES management authority. And as sir has mentioned, there is this registration of companies for export which is required, which is being dealt by the customs department. So these are basically documents which are required from different agencies. So the stakeholders can take a note of this, and we understand that they have to go to different offices to get all these documents. But yes, these are basically required for trade of medicinal plants. So this was something which must be known to some of the people, but I thought that it will be better if we can just reiterate these things. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सौरभ जी। आप जो बताए हैं ये पांचों रजिस्ट्रेशन, एक दो तीन तो आपका बेसिकली ओरिजिन ऑफ द द प्लेस ऑफ ओरिजिन उसका रिलेटेड है, यही ना? आपका जो 1 2 3 डॉक्यूमेंट, these are basically related to place of origin.
Yes, so whether it is a source from cultivation or from the collection, and the transit pass is basically required for the trade.
National
It
forest.
can be for the trade, for domestically, as well as from the, if we have to take a produce to the nearest port as well, then transit pass is also required. So these are a few of the documents which are required.
धन्यवाद। आप और कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे सौरभ जी?
No, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and over to you, sir.
धन्यवाद। अभी हम लोग कुछ इंटरैक्टिव सेशन करेंगे, और अभी एक बाद में ज्वाइन किए हैं केडिया साहब। Mr. Kedia is basically a exporter. He is basically, you are a trader, I must say, both nationally as well as internationally. You are trading. Thank you very much for coming. Your company is your organization is Basant Traders. Yeah, thank you very much. He is basically stationed in our Barawajar area, where from we are also collecting the data to give in our online portal eCharge. So that's which is helpful for the other people as well. So thank you very much for coming, and please raise questions which comes to our mind, or we are often encountered with in the process of exporting. So let us say some of the questions, and I request Mr. Shantanu Chakraborty to please canalize those questions, and let us have some interactive live session.
Sir, I have a question. It may not be directly related to export, but we are experiencing difficulty in collecting export data, sir, for certain type of medicinal plants, which we need very often to plan our promotional activities. And we do not know what is the correct source for collecting the structured data. And the problem is more compounded because sometimes we see that even our HSN code-based search is not very effective, because the same medicinal plant is exported under different HSN codes. Sir, what is your advice from where we can get the correct export data for specific medicinal plants?
Same thing.
Same. And let me give an example, sir. Say the case of ashwagandha. Ashwagandha has a specific HSN code, but it is often exported as dried herbal powder. All those things have different HSN codes. So that is as the situational little bit ambiguous, and collecting data, correct data becomes very much problematic, sir. Any suggestions, sir, for this?
Until you send your request to, if you submit your request, you can process it. Because ITCS code is issued by the customs department. You only communicate. So if you have some queries, you will contact the customs department to examine those ITCS code whether it could be the same or the difference.
So actually what is happening, when we are the major, one of the organization who are promoting the cultivation of medicinal plants. So actually cultivation should be done based on the demand and supply. So what is the demand of the exporting those medicinal plants? The quantity wise, if I go, we are going to analyze those things. उसको जब हम analyze करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो सर concrete कुछ data नहीं मिल रहा है, क्योंकि because सब एक ही HSN कोड के अंदर आ रहा है, मिक्सअप आ रहा है, सर एक ही HSN कोड के अंदर वो ब्राह्मणी भी आता है,
But अश्वगंधा specifically का तो कोई HSN कोड होता नहीं.
हाँ.
So the HSN code is for the commodity, right? So entire medicinal plant. तो उसका अलग HSN कोड है. तो specifically ब्राह्मणी का अलग क्या उसका अलग नहीं है.
नहीं है, वही बोल रहा
अगर
था.
वो नहीं होने से रियली आप मेडिसिनल प्लांट सेक्टर को, क्योंकि हम लोग को भी बोलना चाहिए कहाँ से क्या वो अभी कल्टीवेट करें, कौन मेडिसिनल प्लांट में जाए, कितने था उसका डिमांड है.
नंबर 1 में है और जब वो फिनिश प्रोडक्ट पिछला था तो 3004 में आ रहा है.
हाँ, तो उसमें क्या होता है ना, गवर्नमेंट का मतलब हम लोग का जो डेटा बनता है हम लोग गवर्नमेंट के ही देंगे, पॉलिसी मेकर्स को देंगे, सो दैट दे कैन मेक द पॉलिसी अकॉर्डिंग. तो उसमें आपको चाहिए ना, इसके अगर नहीं होंगे तो आपको इसका प्रमोशन करना मुश्किल होगा. क्योंकि क्या होता है, ये एक्सपीरियंस है हमारे फार्मर को, वो लोग करते हैं, कल्टीवेट करते हैं, सुन रहा है कि इसमें बहुत सारे डिमांड है, 1-2 साल अच्छे ही चल रहा है, जितना वो करते हैं वही बिक जाते हैं, बहुत अच्छा दाम से बिक जाते हैं. उसका बाद जो होते हैं वो बिक नहीं पाते, क्योंकि उसका डिमांड इतना नहीं है और ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन हो गया, जितना होना चाहिए उससे ज्यादा हो गया. तो इसीलिए क्या होना चाहिए, जैसे अभी भी हम लोग फेस कर रहे हैं हमारे देश में, कभी आपका प्याज का रियन का दाम बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, कभी ऐसा वो लोग छोड़ देते हैं. तो यही एक बात है जो हम लोग को देखना चाहिए, कैसे हम लोग का डिमांड क्या है उसको एसेस करना चाहिए. ऑब्वियसली इंटरनल कंजम्पशन भी है, मगर फॉरेन ट्रेड में कितना जाएंगे उसका भी अगर हम लोग का एक मालूम होगा है ना, ये इसका भी डिमांड ऐसा चल रहा है, लास्ट 3 इयर्स में इतना है, 5 इयर्स में ऐसा है. तो उसका आधार पे पॉलिसी भी चेंज कर सकते हैं हम लोग. सबसे ज्यादा अच्छा है कि हम लोग उनको जाते हैं, जब बोलते हैं ना इसको अभी उगलाओ, तो किसको उगलाएंगे, वो उसका एक डेफिनेट आइडिया देना चाहिए.
एक्सपोर्ट काउंसिल का थ्रू से तो बात आगे आ जा सकती है.
Export Council has got very little data on this. The best people that you can approach are the very large exporters of these type of goods already. They would be knowing the market.
No, I'm not looking at the market. I am trying to say here our role is to give the scenario so that these are the areas now for last 3 years, 4 years, there is so much of demand and there is an expected demand. It's like
if
that.
you go to a company like Dabur, who are the pioneers and big time, they would be knowing exactly with some marginal errors, which medicinal plant has got what demand, forecasting for the next 5 years. Or you could go to Mummy also. They would also get it.
Mr. Raju, that's true, but the problem is those informations are not public domain information.
Yeah.
Those are proprietary information, sometimes of folks under secret. So I don't think that they will share all this data with
But such a nascent product for a country like India, this is a nascent export product.
Recently, we had tremendous problem in identifying the exact route through which Ekambi or Kotu culture is being exported. We do not know where it is used and what is the ultimate destination country. Probably this Ekambi is routed from here to several countries. And if we could find the direct route, probably the farmers here could have made better profits. However, I'll ask my senior colleague, Mr. Dasgupta, to share his experience recently in getting the certificate of origin. Very recently, we exported a consignment to an African country, and we had to secure a certificate of origin very quickly. And Mr. Dasgupta has done that. If you can share your experience.
Yeah, so taking a cue from what Mr. Adar was saying, I think for all of you people who are trying to export, it's very important is to get into the DGFT portal and check about the certificate of origin. Many countries will not agree to it or ask for it.
But this was a specific assignment where after everything has been done, just before the courier was speaking on the cargo, they said, sir, please add settlement note. Fortunately, we are members of CII, so we got it in 5-6 hours. Make the application, got it done, send it to
हम लोग तो इंस्टेंट दे देते हैं।
हाँ, yeah.
हम लोग अगर आया तुरंत दे देते, तो हमारे मैक्सिमम strict instruction we have to issue within 24
So
hours.
DGFT is issuing certificate of DGFT.
Certificate of origin.
You are also
issuing.
So
Oh.
to any exporter.
So I know they are also issuing the certificate of origin. It is quite good.
100 rupees plus GST.
सर उसके आपके उसके लिए क्या चाहिए?
Charges
Certificate of origin के लिए.
No, 100 rupees.
100 rupees. No, I'm not about charges. I'm telling you what are the documents you are looking for issuing such certificate of origin.
या presentation tag पर तो share करते हो।
Nothing.
हाँ मैं presentation कर देंगे.
Sir, weeks right? एक बार
एक बार
presentation।
presentation just share your presentation.
You have to have the invoice, the GST invoice, okay? You have to have your packing list, right? The COA and the MSCS. Nothing else.
तो जैसे वो वेबसाइट में जाएंगे वो डिटेल आप भर दीजिए, उसको साथ साथ से शिपिंग बिल और पैकिंग लिस्ट चाहिए. There is no more. Presently, actually, sometimes we are doubtful about the material product. तो वो हमें अंडरटेकिंग चाहिए होता है. भाई ये आप खुद ही बता दीजिए ये सामान ये है इंडियन जो ओरिजिनेटेड है. एक सेल्फ सर्टिफिकेशन चाहिए. तो उसमें अगर दो टाइप का सेल्फ उसमें से ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑल थिंग्स आर ओरिजिनली फ्रॉम इंडिया. दैट इज बेसिकली 40% वैल्यू एडिशन आ गया भी वो सर्टिफिकेट ओरिजिन माना जाता है. सो दैट्स वाई ये हमें ये बोलते भी आप ही का अंडरटेकिंग दे दीजिए. दिस इज टू होम करके एक सर्टिफिकेट जो हमने अगर बाहर से लेके आया तो हम 40% वैल्यू एडिशन दे दिया करके वो एक सर्टिफिकेशन देता है. अदरवाइज कोई डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं.
तो अब बोल रहे हैं बाहर से भी आए हैं.
हाँ
इम्पोर्टेड मगर उसमें हम लोग वैल्यू एडिशन किए हैं which is a quite a sufficient value addition. 40% value addition तो वो भी सब हो गया certificate of origin.
Sir, I have one question.
So you don't have problem of getting the certificate of origin. So you are happy with the process.
Yeah, it's much simplified now, but if initially you'll get flabbergasted by the website itself.
Yeah.
But if you read through it, it's very easy.
Then it's okay. So it is our turn to make it simpler.
Yes.
Not it is there. They have already made it simpler. Thank you.
Sir, that shipping agency actually accepted certificate of origin from CIA.
Yeah.
So a lot of chamber of commerce is issuing.
Yes,
All the chamber of commerce are enforcing.
5 years,
Certificate of origin should not be a problem.
Certificate of origin is not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's a very easy thing.
But
to
the
do.
only thing, the certificate of origin respected council.
Yeah.
That is a different item, different respected council. And one the DGFT is common to all.
Yeah.
Because it is the difference.
DGFT से भी मिल सकता है ना ये तो अच्छा
कोई
है.
वो किसी के लिए देगा. बाकी अदरवाइज मेडिसिनल है तो मेडिसिनल साइड और भी है. एक एपेडा भी देते हैं.
पैदा होने से एग्रीकल्चर से साइड से जाएंगे.
सर मेडिसिनल हब के लिए मेरा 2-3 क्वेश्चन है सर. एक तो है इसमें जीएसटी जो लागू है उसको हटा देने से हम लोग छोटा मोटा एक्सपोर्टर जो भी जंगल से फॉरेस्ट से लेकर आते हैं शेला को ऊपर में जीएसटी नहीं है. So all our herbs are like that. Tribals are bringing from forest or it is being cultivated by poorest of the farmers. So I request that
ये रिप्रेजेंटेशन आएगा तो हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं.
आपका रिक्वेस्ट क्या है?
to remove GST
अच्छा.
medicinal plants.
उसमें
On the medicinal
there is a restriction. There is some restriction. This is a restricted item.
So there are on the alone item you exempt the GST. Sir.
All free exempted. Some items there is some restricted item. There is some GST is there.
Sure, restricted item we cannot export. So that is not
Restricted can do. Prohibited item we can.
prohibited. We don't want to do. Restricted also we don't. Whatever items.
No, restricted
It
item
is
can be
possible
done.
for
There is some
export possible है.
possible. You have to give the
So
purpose.
GST exemption and then road tax we were getting 5% now.
Now there is no incentive from BJP.
With that, that is that we are promoted to the developed country. That's World Bank.
But road tap you have given.
WTO is not granting.
सर पहले हिंदी में नाम देके दे देता था सर जैसा वो MEIS जो क्या नाम था उसका एक और
MEIS,
हाँ।
ACIS.
सर बी एक टाइम से था कुछ तो
उसी
इंसेंटिव
टाइम में था कि जब हम डेवलपिंग कंट्री था.
अभी डेवलप्ड कंट्री
डेवलप में हो गया, डेवलप जैसे ही हो गया तो बोलेगा आप बेनिफिट दे नहीं सकते.
बड़ा हो
गवर्नमेंट
गया।
क्या करे, गवर्नमेंट ये जो दे रहा है टैक्स को काट के दे रहे हैं. रेमिशन ऑफ ड्यूटीज एंड टैक्सेस और रोड टैक्स जो है, रेमिशन ऑफ ड्यूटीज एंड टैक्स, उसको बाद जो देता है अब टारगेट फुलफिल कर दिया मार्केट एक्सपोर्ट का, तो उसके एक अलग अलग, तो वो है
क्या दे रहे हैं सर अगर हम सर एक्सपोर्ट हाउस है तो आप क्या इंसेंटिव देंगे
और एक है डिटेल्स तो
कुछ तो हमको नहीं मिल रहा है सर
रोड टैप तो है.
रोड टैप क्या है सर वो सब हम लोग एक चाय पे पीने का
है नहीं तो मतलब
बहुत कम देते हैं सर पहले 5% था हम CF एको भी वैल्यू 5% था हम 10 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट करने से 5 लाख आ जाता था अभी 5,000 भी नहीं है
अभी डेवलप कंट्री हो गया हम. अब जबरदस्ती डेवलप बन गया तो क्या करते, हम तो डेवलप है ही नहीं. हमारा जिस कंट्री में ओपन ट्रेन है वो डेवलप है.
Sir, actually this particular medicinal herb में sir I want to tell one thing spices करेगा rice करेंगे pulses करेंगे तो वो वॉल्यूम होता है सर हमको 50 साल लगा था उन सब एक्सपोर्ट क्रॉस करने के लिए. My father used to send 10 bags from Kidalpur port. He used to sleep in the Kidalpur area because it is not a center. Now we have become in 50 years it took us. It's a slow moving item. One container में हम 20 आइटम भर के हम एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं श्रीलंका. तो 2 टन जाता है फिर उसका डिमांड अगला साल आता है इसका. इतना स्लो मूविंग आइटम को BJP should support us, should support the.
Actually, basically, if you simply say what is DGFT? DGFT is a part and parcel of customs. What we perform, it is the customs authority who make the policy, we execute the policy. यही है पार्ट है. एक्चुअली BJP का क्या कुछ तो है नहीं. आपने जो एग्जाम्पशन का में कर दिस पॉलिसी इज फ्रेम्ड बाय द कस्टम्स. हम लोग सिर्फ कंप्लाई कर जो भी पॉलिसी डिसीजन जो होता है वी टेक पार्ट ऑन द पॉलिसी डिसीजन. ये एकदम फैक्ट है. ये न कि आपको 2% टैक्स हम कम कर सकते नहीं कर सकते. ये हमारा पावर ही नहीं. हमारा पावर सिर्फ आपको जो दिया है उसको एग्जीक्यूट करना.
सर और एक है हम लोग को 90 डेज तक शिपमेंट करना पड़ता है. हम लोग को कंसेशनल GST होता है लेकिन 90 डेज में शिपमेंट नहीं होता है तो फिर हम लोग ले जाके बोर्ड में रख के शिपमेंट को कैन दैट बी मेड इनटू 60 डेज.
वो जो कस्टम्स पॉलिसी है ना वो हमारा पार्ट में है ही नहीं. तो इफ यू हैव सम रिप्रेजेंटेशन आई कैन फॉरवर्ड टू कस्टम्स ऑफिस. ये आई कैन डू इट.
थैंक यू मेक अ रिक्वेस्ट.
तो एक्चुअली ये सब्सिडी का जो आप बता रहे हैं वो तो डिबेटेबल है. एक्चुअली ये गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी का जैसे उन्होंने बताया कि गवर्नमेंट के पॉलिसी के ऊपर है. तो व्हाट वी कैन डू टू मेक ए कलेक्टिव रिक्वेस्ट इफ गवर्नमेंट will consider we can because it is a small traded volume. So if we do not support the traders who are actually exporting, so they will not encourage further. The market can be collapsed. So इस तरह से हम लोग सोच सकते हैं.
Government is supporting the this medicinal plant sector to a great extent.
और एक थिंग है कि ये जैसे कि आपने हमें ये बता रहे you are free to write to PM. Always there is a PM website. Always वो पढ़ा जाता है. हर आदमी वो पढ़ने के बाद
रिप्लाई आता है बहुत प्रॉम्प्ट
रिप्लाई आता है. राइट टू PM, राइट टू प्रेसिडेंट. हम अब उसमें लिखेंगे रिप्लाई आपको मिल ही जाएगा और वो पॉलिसी पर्टिकुलर जाएगा में पेपर पहुंचा भी दिया जाएगा. हम भी अपना पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम वहां जाके सॉल्व मतलब ऑफिस में बहुत सारे कुछ होता है तो देखता इधर उधर नहीं हो रहा है तो राइट टू PM में डाल दिया. जो हमें पेनाल हमसे पनिशमेंट देगा तो दिन पहले तो मेरा प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व करे पनिशमेंट देगा तो बाद में देखेंगे।
Just
तो
adding to
फ्रॉम
Farhan's
रात 11:45 को मैंने मेल किया, दूसरे दिन पॉलिसी डिसीजन हुआ, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट कंसीडर हुआ, बाद में मेमो एक मिला, मैं बोला तो क्या करें, जो देना दीजिए, प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व हो गया। तो मैं तो ऑफिशियली बात बोल रहा हूँ, तो कोई इतना बहुत सारे प्रॉम्प्ट काम होता है, तो जो चीज कोई हम नहीं समझ, जैसे कि हमारा लिमिटेशन है, मैं आपको बात नहीं मान पा रहा हूँ, लेकिन मेरा ऊपर भी तो है कोई, लेकिन जो उसके ऊपर वाले जब उसको बोलेगा तो वो सुनने में मजबूर हो जाता है।
I will substantiate what Mr. Haldar said is like even from international forum, anytime we have sent queries when things are not working, or hitting directly to the PN portal, you have always got a response and the things have been resolved. So it's very, very remarkable. We're very grateful to.
So right to pay is one of the most important key to operate the government offices. तो मैं पर्सनली बेनिफिटेड, ऑफिस में बहुत सारे कुछ ऐसा होता है, देखता है आजू बाजू में सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा है, राइट टू पी जैसे भी लिखना नहीं चाहिए, एज ए गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर मुझे नहीं लिखना चाहिए, लेकिन हम ऐसा भी स्थिति में आ जाता है क्योंकि हमें नहीं मिल रहा है, तो ठीक है पेनाल्टी तो देगा देगा, पहले तो प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व हो जाए। तो ऐसा बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम राइट टू पीएम से ही सॉल्व कर। तो अगर देखिए अगर 1000 या लाख अगर हर आदमी मान ये एक्सपोर्टर अगर उसमें डालेगा तो गवर्नमेंट हैज टू हियर इट।
This is my first exposure to such type of meeting, and thankful to Linda for calling me. My particular job is not related to export of herbal drugs or medicinal plants, but what we do, we actually in our center we have high-end mass spectroscopy through which the quality of herbs that can be assured. Recently, we do private and government jobs. Recently, one company from Bangalore, they came up with Takumi, हल्दी का प्रोडक्ट लोग बनाए, चाट को बनाए थे, तो ये लोग का क्वेरी जो था कि हम लोग का जो प्रोडक्ट है हाउ इफेक्टिव इट इज, मतलब ये काम कर रहे थे नहीं करेगी नहीं, तो ये प्रोडक्ट इंटेंडेड है खाने के लिए, खाने के बाद वो कार्कुमिन शरीर में ब्लड में पहुंच रहा है कि नहीं पहुंच रहा है, ऐसे नॉर्मल कार्कुमिन पहुंचता नहीं है। तो वी डिड दैट व्हाट एंड वी गिव देम द result, so they will be using it. Now, what I mean to say here, as I have discussed with Professor Majumdar earlier, there are so many cultivators who are present here who do cultivate and they export their products. So, why can't we, from this facility center, we can evaluate in terms of, well, just ashwagandha. I am just giving one example. Ashwagandha, cetosidites and butyrophene, these two, there are many metabolites. These two metabolites are well known for its anti-stress activity, this and that. So what I'm emphasizing is that if these farmers, those who are selling the extracts or those who are selling the dried product, if they take the facility from us that okay हम मेरा प्रोडक्ट ऐसा है तो इसको टेस्ट कर दीजिए कि जिसके लिए कर रहे वो है कि नहीं है, अगर है तो कितना है, कि जैसे चाइनीज मेडिसिन या जैसे फोर्टिफाइड है वो वाला वो चीज हम लोग कर सकते हैं इन वेरी सब्सिडाइज्ड रेट की, ऐसा कुछ ना हो कि उनका सेलिंग प्राइस में उनका प्रेशर पड़े। तो ये व्हाट आई फील दैट दिस विल बी वन स्टेप वैल्यू एडिशन to the cultivators. That is what I am telling. Thank you. Okay. True, because true person Majumdar,
I will give you.
you can contact. We are thinking in creating one step ahead. How to yes, that is it.
That is a part of good agricultural process. You should do it before. And any of the company, big manufacturers, they ask you for that certificate before procuring the herbs. That's true. What certificate?
सर्टिफिकेट भी आपका जो
क्वालिटी कैसा है?
पैरामीटर टेस्टिंग
हाँ, पैरामीटर टेस्टिंग मतलब वो क्लास 1 का है या क्लास 2 का है। नहीं तो क्या होता है जैसे आप किसी को बेचते हैं तो उनके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है वो कैसे आपका प्रोडक्ट को उसका वैल्यू दे रहे हैं। तो एटलीस्ट प्रोड्यूसर तो बोल सकते हैं मेरा प्रोडक्ट ऐसा वैल्यू का है, आप नहीं दे रहे, किसी और भी है फॉर दैट।
बाकुरा ऑर्गेनिक्स आप कुछ क्वेश्चन करना चाहते हैं?
एक्चुअली सर का जो बात था वो बहुत ही सही था कि अगर हम लोग क्वालिटी के बारे में पता रहता है तो ये बहुत ही अच्छा होता है। जैसे कि हम लोग वेस्ट बंगाल में जो कल्टीवेशन करते हैं स्पॉट टाइम लोकल मार्केट में बोलता है कि इसका क्वालिटी सही नहीं है, तो देख के बस कोई ना उसका कोई वैल्यू है ना कोई रिजल्ट है, कुछ भी नहीं, बस विजुअली देख के कहते कि अच्छा नहीं। रिसेंटली हम लोग का जो हनीता की मिलता है हम लोग वेस्ट बंगाल में, तो वो कहता है कि उतना अच्छा क्वालिटी नहीं है, लेकिन एक जो बैंक वाला है जिसका खुद का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, तो वो बोला कि ये बेटर नहीं होता है बाकी से, ये वाला बेटर। तो अभी हमको पता नहीं चल रहा है कि कैसे पता करें, तो इसके लिए रामकृष्ण मिशन में पूछा था टेस्ट के लिए, तो कुछ खास सपोर्ट मिला नहीं, लेकिन आपके साथ कॉन्टेक्ट करेंगे सर क्योंकि ये बेटर रहेगा अपने, जिससे एटलीस्ट हम लोग का जो वेस्ट बंगाल का प्रोडक्ट है इसका मतलब कहाँ पे ये स्टैंड करता है, ये हम लोग प्रोडक्ट ऐसा आ रहा है कि हम उसको केमिकली और स्टेबल करने के बाद क्या कर सकते हैं और एग्रीकल्चर फैक्ट्री से क्या चीजें बेसिकली सर मार्केट में वो मध्य प्रदेश डिपेंडेंट हो जा रहा है। जैसे न्यूमांस का माल ही सबसे महंगा होता है, ऐसा हम लोग का एक स्टैंडर्ड हम लोग सेट कर चुके हैं और लोकल माल का स्टैंडर्ड सही नहीं ऐसा सेट कर चुके हैं। तो एटलीस्ट हम लोग अगर गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिस करते हैं उसके बाद देखते हैं कि सामान सही है या नहीं। जैसे हम लोग ऑर्गेनिकली अश्वगंधा कर रहे हैं और जो बीज है वो सीमेंट से मंगवाया, जो उसका का रिसेंट बीज आया था कश्मीरी और नागुल का मिक्स, तो वो ट्राई कर रहे हैं, तो उसके बाद टेस्ट करके देखते हैं कि ईट कैसा है। जो चीज हम लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं ईट टमाटर है या फिर विटामिन है इसके कंटेंट कैसा है, तो ये बहुत ही जरूरी है। थैंक यू
सर, कर्मकार के साथ हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, we are connected, तो आप जब भी इसके इक्वालिटी टेस्टिंग का जरूरत हो तो आप कॉन्टेक्ट कीजिए RCFC, we'll do something about that और देखते हैं कैसे ये आगे बढ़ते हैं। Just right now it's a proposal only, it's a concept, but definitely that's what I'm trying to provide very good support and service. And as regarding your improved agriculture practices, the certificate, the result is always supported by recommendation on improvement of agricultural practices as well. Otherwise, there is no point. And for that, as it is there, we have our resources. So it will be a package of support from our side.
अभी हम लोग जरा वेबिनार में जो डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में ज्वाइन किए हैं उनसे जाऊंगा। वहां से मिस्टर SK दास जी है जो वो एक्सपोर्ट भी करते हैं उड़ीसा से और बहुत दिन से हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, तो मैं जरा दास साहब को बताऊंगा, मिस्टर संतोष कुमार दास। डॉक्टर दास, आपका कुछ क्वेश्चन वगैरह जो है यहाँ पे जरा आपका इनपुट दीजिए। मिस्टर दास इज देयर? हेलो। अगर दास साहब नहीं रहे तो और कोई है जो बताना चाहेंगे कुछ? और नहीं तो हम फिर आप कुछ बताएंगे के लिए सर? नहीं। और सब
Any question from?
Any question from our APO groups? आप बताइए, आपका कुछ शाम ना फिर भी अभिषेक दे दिया ऑलरेडी। सर आंसर तो दे दिया ऑलरेडी। आपका ठीक है, कुछ बहुत अच्छा लगा। ठीक है, नहीं तो हम सेक्रेटरी का पास जाते हैं।
Thank you very much. because I have to give, I am just going to summarize a few five important points as an observation from a Western customer's perspective. Believe me, because I'm working overseas, so I'm within a bracket. So you have to read between the lines. Whatever I say does not, it's my observation. I take responsibility of what I am saying. It does not necessarily reflect the views of the provincial governments of the Canada or the government of Canada. So if anything that helps you, the credit goes to me. If you want to egg me, the entire blame is on me. So thank you very much. My observation that I would like to share is that, first, I would like to congratulate the Regional Facilitation Center for coming up with a series of webinars, because these dialogues are very important for a country like India, as we find that because of many state governments, many principles, it's not one central government directives that follow through the states. So products that sometimes come out show a varied quality. And what happens is, as a Western consumer, you have a very strict list of checkouts. A, B, C, D, E, no. F, no. G, no. And this happens very repeatedly, and we feel very bad. Sir was talking about China being the largest producer. Why is China not the largest producer? Why is India not the largest producer? While Indian products post-COVID has made headlines across the world. Everywhere Indian products are, considered to be one of the, genuinely supplied, very important products. If I have ever asked any companies, I won't take any name of Indian origin, particularly who sell Ayurvedic products and sell products overseas, most of them say that they do not make enough profits and that they are crybabies, I call them. But based on my observation, what I see across the any stores that will go there, it's flooded with Indian medicinal plant products. And why it is so easily accessible? Ayurveda and other related medical systems are not accepted in the West. But at the same time, they do not have any restriction, as if you are selling them as a herbal product, if you are selling them as a nutraceutical product, functional product, immunity boosters and everything, you will see that it's loaded and people joyously, happily buy them. They are cheaper than many other medications compared to the Western standards and stuff. And I certainly believe, like I haven't seen, people have done conclusive studies of synthetic drugs versus this and that to give a concrete answer, but people must be benefiting, otherwise the sales would not be going up. And by medicinal plants in Western countries, they do not restrict to only the standard of medicinal plants that you are seeing. Aromatic plants are medicinal plants for them too. Spices are medicinal plants for them. If you look into the trade of spice trade from India, it has been growing up not just for spice meat, also for medicinal plants. It is used in various allopathic medication systems too, not just it is restricted to Ayush related medication. So I congratulate the National Medicinal Plant Board and the Ayush Ministry for coming up and supporting this sector. Having said that, I would also say that based on my observation, I see there are areas of improvement. कुछ इलाका है जहां पर नेशनल मेडिसिनल प्लांट बोर्ड को काम करना चाहिए. As Sir has said, that there are limitations and restrictions for the government in operating in a country like India. We are so diverse. This country is so diverse. In other countries, you can be channelized to one. We were talking about China being the largest producer. Being a Western consumer, I would say that it is not the choice vendor. Not many Western countries like Chinese products. Then why Chinese products are selling? India produced huge number of movies. Out of 100 movies, 80 are garbage. Then why do people go to the theaters to watch them? Because there is no alternative. This is what you get. So people will take that. Same for China. It is because they have broader market, and it is because they have a huge number of products that are selling. They have already established a marketing product centers all over the country. It is not easy for India to overtake. But India has a huge opportunity to overtake because India's products are much liked upon by other countries because they believe that there is less arrangements. Saying that, one of the very simple things that we see in low-cost production that is coming from India is packaging and processing, which is very simple. We do not see, like, as soon as this plant is harvested, there are various processes. Depending on what kind of plants, what kind of plant parts you are taking, there needs to be processed. There needs to be stored in a very different way. One of the very important part is just losing the moisture. You have to eradicate the moisture to a certain level before you can send it. Otherwise, there are high chances of infection being sent and stuff. This does not happen all the time. Ground investigation indicates that farmers do not have this access. and I do not want to comment on this, but I still like to comment that this is possibly intentional, that there are not much storage facilities made available for Indian farmers who are working in medicinal plants or fruit juices or juices, because then the middleman cannot fix the price at a certain area so that they can benefit from it. One of the challenges that I've seen that I cannot take names, but I'm just saying manufacturers, Indian medicinal products and stuff, insignificant amount of them, they have their own cultivation. So what they are dependent on middlemen for harvesting and collecting from them. But the people that are collecting and harvesting for them through the middlemen of the marginal villagers, very poor, tribal people, they do not have the training or the right type of understanding of what to collect. Say, for example, I'm giving a very simple example of neem leaves. We all know that neem is such an important medicinal plant and stuff, but a plant during its metabolic stage, when it is young, it is producing one chemical. When it is maturing, when it's 30 days, it's producing another chemical. It's a process of metabolism. They are not producing the chemicals for us. We have to harvest. So if I do not know which stage of leaf to collect, I'm only collecting leaf and then I'm selling it, the person that is buying, for which that particular chemical is only important, rest is irrelevant for them. So I am buying, say, 100 tons, but I'm getting a very small amount of them because it's a mixed sample. People are not well trained. So I think it is also a responsibility to hold the business. It is the responsibility of the manufacturers of drugs, herbal products and stuff. Go to the villages, set up contracts with the farmers, go into contract farming, buy them, train them what you need. Someone was telling me, I think Mr. Ghosh was talking about Brahmi being very, very sought after medicinal plants now. Producing Brahmi, I have several incidents across the eastern state that Professor Narinda mentioned, where farmers are crying because they have produced this, they have no customers. So there is a huge gap in India where the farmer who is producing this have no idea who wants to buy it. And the middleman takes the entire credit and the entire profit down the line, which is neither profiting the manufacturing company, not benefiting the manufacturing part. In a country like India, I totally understand it is not possible to eradicate the middleman level. There could be, but there needs, this is where I say the government needs to play a role. There needs to be monitoring, surveillance, Sabji Mandi or whatever Mandi system or whatever selling points, there needs to be some monitoring. Otherwise, why should I be interested in cultivating medicinal plants if I cannot sell? This is not saag or aloo or tomato that I can grow and I can go and sell in the market. It has a very dedicated customer. If I do not get that dedicated customer, for a company, it does not mean a lot, but a small farmer means a lot. So this is a very important part that needs to be taken into consideration. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thank you for your wonderful points. But now I think we are reaching to the end because we have started sharp at 3 and we will be closing by 5. So anyone, one question has come from the chat box. Huh? What is that?
Is Central Asiatica is a restricted item?
Is Central Asiatica?
That is Kankuni.
Kankuni is a restricted item.
So actually,
we have
who
to
is
check on
deciding this?
It may not be readily, but you can go through the checklist of DGF&T. So easily it will be. It is not restricted. Okay. And Mr. Pillai has confirmed it is not a restricted one.
I have exported myself.
Okay.
Long ago.
Okay. So he was an exporter. I think it should not be also because it's a very common, medicinal plant being used traditionally by that,
प्रॉब्लम है इसमें वो ऑर्गेनिक वाला उसमें वो
ऑर्गेनिक इसमें क्या है मॉइस्चर रहता है तो एज ही सेड थोड़ा फंगस होता है इसलिए यू हैव टू ड्राई द कार्गो बिफोर एक्सपोर्ट
ओके वो तो ड्राई करके है मॉइस्चर कंटेंट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इशू एक्सपोर्ट में से छोड़ दीजिए इवन इंपोर्ट में वो पीना तो एक बार बोल रहा था उनका भी कंसाइनमेंट इवन बेंगलोर में कुछ नहीं हुआ तो शायद ऑलवेज इट्स एन इशू और इसके लिए एक बात भी है आप लोग एट द लेवल ऑफ द फील्ड लेवल इटसेल्फ इफ वी कैन हैव सम चेकिंग ऑन द मॉइस्चर कंटेंट व्हिच इज वेरी simple instrument is needed to check the moisture. So this also is of lot of help to the people. Thank you. So if would like to, I think, Mr. Shudipta Ghosh, the marketing manager of our the RCFC, would like to raise certain questions. Yeah, please.
Sir, I would like to know whether there is any kind of training provided for the starters in export and kind of support for international trade fair that are being given
Yes,
to the
there.
what kind of support that I would like to know.
To and fro. To and fro train, flight fare is given by the government itself, but there is some procedure they have to apply. So, for a particular training, MSME is a good platform they give, and they also advise how to apply. Trade, that is called the trade promotion. The trade promotion for your item, you can go to the international trade. For that particular, you have to apply. You have get some benefit to and fro, flight fare and other kinds of support.
So the traders should directly apply to DCFT or
Yes, to direct DCFT.
directly to
Nobody, there is no third person.
Obviously, there is each year there are restricted, numbers that they will sponsor.
Yes,
But there is obviously, as we are also applying for different conference grants in the similar way. So earlier that will reach, your chances will be more.
So another thing is Federation of India Export Organization is taking a 6 months course and they are giving certificate also. They are teaching how to export for the new startups.
So that's
It's a diploma course.
That's
You
good.
can, anyone can go and
Who are offering?
Federation of India Export Organization. They have the apex body of all other
Very
exports.
good. Very good. That's good. That's a very
You
good.
can do. MSME giving the freely.
Yeah.
MSME. give the
They
free
also,
training.
yeah, they give also.
उसमें paid training है.
इसमें paid है.
Paid है वो. ये free
Free
है.
training है,
MSME
MSME
always
देता
give the
है.
free training.
IIFT ज़्यादा लेता है.
There Mr. Pal is there. Sudipto Pal is there.
Okay.
MSME.
Certificates भी देते हैं. Certificates वगैरह.
But certificate is not the issue, but the knowledge.
The
is
knowledge
the
is
main-
very
No, not only that, about it will be given.
Yeah. It's a conference or sort of thing, training program. I think something.
अभी सर्टिफिकेट के इशू में मैं एक बात बताता हूँ. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में एक ओपन फोरम, उसमें हर आदमी ट्रेनिंग लेता है. उसमें भी मैंने क्वेश्चन किया था. पर्सन हैविंग द 80 सर्टिफिकेट्स and has no capability to write a 10 sentence. तो बाप बताइए, तो सर्टिफिकेट is not the thing. Certificate don't think certificate क्या करेगा?
So if there is no question, अगर ऑनलाइन साइड से कुछ क्वेश्चन है क्या? जरा आप लोग रेज करेंगे अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है, रेज योर हैंड. नहीं तो हम लोग एक काम करेंगे अभी. कुछ क्वेश्चन है क्या यहाँ पे? दिया हुआ है चैट बॉक्स में. हाँ, प्रियंका, is there? Huh? No. Thank you. So I think let us conclude by giving vote of thanks. May I request Mr. Shudipta Ghosh to please propose the vote of thanks.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank all the dignitaries present here, including our Mr. Potter, Mr. Rashmikant Halwa from the GIT, and other professors, and our traders and all other stakeholders, including those who are available online from our TV and other RCFC. So with this, we would like to conclude this meeting, and hopefully, if anything comes up, everybody can contact us at RCFC.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Before